Well, I want to toe the line of His Excellency, our dear Governor, Senator Professor Ben Ayale. Cross River State is your home. You have come home. We here, especially the leadership of Cross River State, you can see Senator Victor November, you can see Senator Lawan and Co. You can see our able Deputy Governor. You see the Speaker of Cross River State House of Assembly. This is to show you the kind of love, the kind of regard we have for you. We want to assure you that Cross River State is your home, like you know. That the delegates are very enlightened. That the delegates are very loyal. The delegates are delegates, and if they give you their words, you can go home and sleep. All you need to do is to talk to your friend, dear Governor, and fine-tune the arrangements. I'll show you that Cross River State is a state that you can hope and bank on. The delegates have asked me to tell you that because you are a stabilizer of the Assembly, that because you have been able to handle the Senate in such a way that everybody in Nigeria has come to say the Senate President of this Assembly is a very, very thorough politician. We've not had impeachment here and there. We've not had delay in bills passage. So we say you have done well. You are already in the corridors of power. You will not go there to learn. We only want to give you our blessings. That as you go around, may God go with you. That God has here the heart of all men will choose for us a leader, because He alone knows who will lead us by 2023. We pray that God will favor you as you go in peace. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Just thank you, Vice Chairman. Thank you, APC Cross River State. Thank you, delegates, and then take the power and oath. But in this business and in Cross River State, we have to do more than that. And I'll tell you why. But first, on this delegation, the former Senate leader, your son, the Supreme Senator Akwa, is leading the delegation. One of our own again, Senator John Eno, is part of it. And when I came in, I saw someone I knew in 2003, Bishop Honorable Alex Uka. I served with him in the 5th Assembly in the House of Representatives, where I was a member of the House for 8 years before I moved to the Senate in 2007. For me, I think the icing on the cake is my relationship with the Governor, His Excellency Professor Ben Ayale. I served with him in the 7th Senate, where we were colleagues, and of course, his senatorial district, indeed Cross River State, was fully well represented with that kind of team where you had the Supreme Senator November and our brother Professor Senator then I did. We served for 4 years, and of course, it's on sabbatical today to serve as your governor, and by the grace of God, go back to continue with the service. And I hope I'm not infringing on any. This is my opinion. It's not his. If it is the wish of His Excellency and the wish of the Cross River North Senatorial District, so be it. We know that His Excellency is also a presidential aspirant for the ticket of our party. But that should not stop us coming here to have an interaction with our delegates. For me, this is my friend, and I told him during the courtesy visit that we are in this together. We believe in so many common things for development, for national development, national stability, and I believe that His Excellency at one point will take a favorable decision that will be to the benefit of the two of us. I don't know how he's going to do that, but I'm looking forward and very hopefully that in the next few days we should be able to agree on certain things. Because this race is not about us. This race is about our people. This race is about what our party believes in. This race is about what our party, our administration in Abuja, the federal government, has been doing. And this race is about what the Cross River APC state government is doing in Cross River. So we must have common ideas because we belong to the same political party. And my belief is we have come of age that those things that we believe in can easily be seen and be understood. I served as a member of the National Assembly now almost 23 years. From 1999, I was in the House of Representatives until 2007. After 2 tenures, I was elected into the Senate. And by the grace of God and the endorsement of my people, 2007, of course, I became a senator. That was my first time in the Senate. 2011, 2015, 2019, re-elected. So by June next month, I'll be exactly 23 years in the National Assembly as a member of the National Assembly. And of course, previously, I held other positions in the National Assembly, but the last one before this is the majority leader or the Senate leader of the 8th Assembly, the last Assembly. And by the grace of God today, I'm the President of the Senate, the 9th Senate. And the Deputy, the Vice Chairman made my work very easy when he said this 9th Senate has done so well. You know, even if he didn't say it, I will say it. We have done so much, so well, including the most difficult legislative issues. And today, we are proud to say that our contribution as a parliament, as a legislature, as a national assembly, is what makes the federal government to work better. Because we pass our budget in time. Every year, we process the budget between October and by December before Christmas, the budget will be passed. And the president signs. And of course, because this is supposed to be an oil producing state, even though I know that about 76 or 73 oil wells, 76. But that is something that we will be looking at. The fact remains that the oil industry did not have any legal framework that would make investments possible in the oil industry in Nigeria until when we passed the Petroleum Industry Bill, now an act, last year. And thank God that is already making a difference. But let me come down to earth. I have been part of this administration as a Senate President, and I've been working very closely with Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, our President. So I have not only parliamentary experience, but experience in governance as well. And I believe that having served for 23 years in the National Assembly and 24 years, by the grace of God, at the end, by 11th June 2023, I'll be 24 years, that will be the expiration time of the tenure of the Assembly. I would have learned most of the things that I need to know in the legislature. But also having served very closely with the executive arm of government, I've acquired a great deal of experience in governance. I know the issues. I know those issues that concern Nigerians. The issues are security. Security of our people, security for our people across the country. The economy. We need to create employment opportunities, create wealth for our people. How we do that? Not to depend completely and all the time on oil. We need to diversify our economy. The youth in this country need to be full participants. And of course the vulnerable groups, full participants in the economy of our country. That is to say, we must have an all-inclusive economic growth. We need education. We need education because education is the foundation for development of any society. Some countries don't have any crude, no oil, no gas. In fact, some of them don't even have land, like Singapore. But you know what? Because they invest so much in the education of their people, they are developed. Almost everyone in Singapore has gone to school, was going to school. So we need to have a knowledge-based economy. Education opens many doors, many opportunities, and we have to invest reasonably and sustainably. In agriculture, we find more opportunities even than in the oil industry. And this state, Cross River State, is an agricultural state. Not so? Today, we have to invest for our tomorrow. The agricultural sector gives everyone an opportunity to not only feed his family or our family, but also earn some income. But we should look beyond that. We should modernize our agriculture. And that is where I will commend His Excellency, our Governor, for his vision in ensuring that Cross River State invests in agriculture. I know of your rice city. That is a master stroke. Therefore, we should be able to invest in agriculture because that is where majority of our citizens are. They will tell you 70% of our citizens are in the agricultural sector, but most of them are citizens in rural areas. If we say Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa, with a gross domestic product of over $435 billion, it may be a statistics. It will make more sense to have everyone to have something. Because essentially what we need is to ensure that our citizens are able to feed properly, that they are able to be stewarded and protected in safe environments, that our children are able to go to school and stay in school, that at the end of the day, the son of a poor person should be able to go to school, though that school is a government school. And I don't go there because we must be able to invest in education so that that will make our economy better. Because when you say you want to have a better economy, you must have people who will work in the economy. If you bring garment factory or industry here that we have, you have to train people to work in the garment factory that we need. If you are bringing some industries, you need the people to be trained to work. So we have to invest in agriculture. I believe that having served this far, and at my age, and I don't want to use age as an advantage, but I think I'm younger than most of the aspirants. Age is of essence. At my age, and I'm only 63. I'm 63, that's young, isn't it? Where are you? I'm between the young and the old. More to the side of the young. And I hope you don't reject me. I know I'm going on the side of the old, but I don't want to get there. So we have energy. We have the energy. We have acquired the experience. We have acquired from close observations and participation in many government programs to be able to continue with what we think will make Nigeria better. I believe in teamwork. I believe in teamwork. Because no matter how experienced you are, you need supportive hands. People who have acquired experiences, skills, and expertise that you can always depend upon to help with dealing with some of these challenges. I am from Yobe State. Yobe, as we all know, is in the northeastern part of Nigeria. And we are the first victims of insecurity of the Boko Haram sect. In 2015, after President Muhammad Buhari was sworn in, the first thing he did was to ask the armed forces to relocate their headquarters to Maiduguri. At that time, the capital of Borno State, Maiduguri, was the epicenter of Boko Haram activities. At that time, about 10 out of the 27 local governments in Borno State were occupied by the insurgents. They would take over everywhere, put their flags, and say they have declared this place their territory. In my state, 2 local governments were in the hands of the insurgents. In neighboring Adamawa, about 3 local governments, and in total, about 15 or 16 local governments between Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa were in the hands of the insurgents. But in about a year, our armed forces were able to flash Boko Haram out of those areas and took over control, and then our people started to have better civil life. This federal government, under President Muhammad Buhari, had done so much to fight the insurgency in the northeast. And today, many of the insurgents are coming out to surrender. We have banditry or terrorism in the northwest. Here in the Niger Delta, it's largely militancy. I believe that we fight criminals till they submit. Fight them until they submit. Fight them with all the powers that we can gather. But I also believe that we must deal with the causes for which people find themselves on the wrong side of the law. That is to say, that give people education, create employment opportunities, and provide security. Deal with that on one hand, so that you try to prevent people becoming criminals. But those who turn into criminals must never be given any space. In the last 3 years, in this current session of the National Assembly, we have approved almost everything that our armed forces asked for within the constraints of the national resources we have. And will continue to do that. In the last 7 years, as an administration, so many programs, empowerment programs, especially youth empowerment programs, have been introduced by this administration. And I don't know, many people, especially our youth, are beneficiaries today. I believe that we should continue with the empowerment programs, but ensure that we are able to always refocus, retool, rekit, to see that we get the kind of outcomes, results that we expect. That is to take people away from poverty. But the surest way is give education. Education and education. Let me, in conclusion, assure you that our party, the All Progressive Congress, is giving every aspirant an opportunity to run. And I'm taking that opportunity because I believe that if I have the opportunity to be the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC, by the grace of God, I will win the election for us. And let me tell you that I will get the support of every part of Nigeria every part of Nigeria will elect me because I am a Nigerian, a true Nigerian, someone who believes in Nigeria, and it's time for me to give back to Nigeria. Those who feel that PDP should be even listened to should remember what PDP did in their 16 years of destruction of Nigeria. We are not an option. We are what it is. We are, as a party, to be that in government, to continue with what we have started. I believe that as an administration, we have gotten certain things right, certain programs and projects, we have gotten them right, certain policies, we have gotten them right, and we have succeeded very, very well. Very, very well. Almost every part of Nigeria is a construction site. Every part. You go to the east, the second Niger bridge is almost 80% completion. And I will tell you the story of the second Niger bridge. Second Niger bridge, since the Fourth Republic started, the then president came, said he was going to do second Niger bridge between 1999 and 2007. And they did groundbreaking, but that is where it stopped. They broke the ground and left. Then another president came. In fact, they said he's Akwa, so even though he's from South, but he's also from the East. They went and did groundbreaking twice, but that was where it stopped. Then came the APC administration in 2015. In fact, we didn't even went to break the ground. We started the project. Today is 80%. Today is 80% completion. And by the grace of God, Mr. President will commission the second Niger bridge between November and December this year. In the South, we have our projects. But what is crucial to us is to ensure that we provide all the opportunities available and necessary for our youth to live a life that is decent and self-reliant. And that's what I believe in. So I will continue with those projects that we have gotten successfully, and those that we have not been able to do successfully enough, we look at them, refocus them, so that we are able to get it right. And those that were failed, because we are human beings, we are bound to fail, we change the direction completely for us to ensure outcomes that will make life better for people. At the end of the day, what we need is to have a Nigeria that will work for Nigerians, where every Nigerian citizen, regardless of his background, whether geographical or religious or ethnic, where you can be whatever you want to be. And if you vote for me, even though the Vice Chairman said His Excellency the Governor, and I'm sure I will also package Yobe delegates in waiting. So if it is looking like it is him, then I say, okay, let me fix my attention with you. But if it looks like me, I told you, don't waste your time with anybody. Just jump into this ship, and by the grace of God, we'll deliver our people. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.